Yeah, welcome to the show. How's it been? I hope it's good for you as it is good for me. Now, I understand that, my guest today is the Rolling Stones. And I thought to myself, Alan's coming. I've invited Alan over here. And I thought to myself, why would she have an Australian guest in an Australian country? Is that to save money? Why don't they have international guests coming to meet Alan in Australia? How about bringing the Rolling Stones over and reuniting the Rolling Stones? Mick Jagger. Bring Mick Jagger in. Why not? It's just not just bring in the studio audience. Bring the stars with them. Because, as you know, our dollar's sky high. So every dollar that's spent in the country is going to go towards all those things that we need to help those out who have now gone through floods, fires, storms. Although one thing that they don't talk about is the fact we do have the poor. Now I don't know why we have the poor, because there was a Prime Minister Hawke says there'll be no one underprivileged by the time he finishes as Prime Minister. That was Bob Hawke. I'm not quite that's quite the exact quote, but that was the incentive was there will be no one broke or poor in Australia when he was finished his time as Prime Minister. Then Paul Keating come along. Now Paul Keating was another one. He got in trouble for putting his arm around the Queen. That's where we come back to the royalty. Maybe Ellen should bring the Queen out with her, or bring some royalty. I'm not sure where she's going to do a show. I would assume she would be doing the show at places like Opera House, the Bridge. You can do your show at my place. Come down to Nara. There's an entertainment centre. It's brand new. Well, it's new. We haven't had anyone of high class come here yet. Now, Alan in Nara would be amazing. And you know what? I'd even go on tour with you to show you around the rest of the country as we go through. And I can narrate all those areas that you need to know about, because I know it very well. Horsham. As I said, Portia's from Horsham. And I was asking whether she'd know Leanne Jessup or even my cousin, the Prestons. He was a teacher at Horsham Tech School. Because we used to go up to see him at Swan Hill, and we go out on the ferries. We go down the ferries on Murray. You have to do that. Alan. Go on the ferries. See, there's not much you're going to do in 10 days, or unless you take leave while you're over here and just send the audience back. That'd be good, wouldn't it? I see Jolene and Brad Pitt might be coming over to stay, because they're going to be doing a movie over here. Oh, Guy Sebastian. Well, when you see Guy Sebastian over here, tell him you want to go and see his house. You'll love the view he's got from his back door. He goes straight down onto the beach, and you've seen the pics of the beach that I have. Now, my head of the day is Rolling Stone, and it's going to be Little Queenie. There it is, Little Queenie. Okay, so here's the Rolling Stones, Mick Jagger, and Queenie. Well, we'll go find it there, and here we go. My love. Very good. My love. Thank you, Mick. That was Mick Jagger and Little Queenie, Rolling Stones cover. Now, Rolling Stones. Rolling Stones are an English group rock band formed in London in 1962. Their first set of lineup consisted of Brian Jones on guitar and harmonica, Ian Stewart on piano, Mick Jagger on lead vocals, harmonica, maracas, Keith Richards on guitar and vocals, Bill Wyman on bass, and Charlie Watts on drums. Since Wyman's retirement in 1993, the band's full members have been Jagger, Richards, Watts, guitarist, Ron Wood, who joined in 1975, replacing Mick Taylor, who followed Jones. I don't know where they've gone, but he followed Jones out of the band. Jones founded and led the band, but Jagger and Richards assumed leadership after becoming the band's primary songwriters. As Jones' physical and mental troubles gradually incapacitated him prior to his drowning death in 1969. Long-time regular bassist Darryl Jones, keyboardist Chuck Leavell, are not full band members. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inducted the Rolling Stones in 1989, noting that critical acclaim and popular consensus has accorded them the title of the world's greatest rock and roll band. Rolling Stones magazine ranked them 4th on their 100 greatest artists of all times. It's funny how a Rolling Stone magazine seems to be like something that was named after the group. They couldn't get to number 1. And the album sales are estimated to have been more than 200 million worldwide. Now I can go on a bit more about the Rolling Stones itself, but I'll give you a bit of their early history. Keith Richards and Mick Jagger were childhood friends and classmates in Dartford in Kent until the Jaggers moved. They became reacquainted in 1960 when Richards met Jagger at the Dartford railway station. The Chuck Berry and Muddy Waters records Jagger had in his hands revealed a mutual interest and prompted their musical partnership. Richards and Jagger met Brian Jones as he sat in playing slide guitar with Alexis Corner's seminal London R&B band Blues Incorporated at the Ealing Jazz Club, which also had eventual Rolling Stone Ian Stewart and Charlie Watts. Now, they've had songs between 1962 to 1964. There's more about 65 to 67. And there's more information about 1968 to 69. So there's about 10 pages here in Wikipedia. Now, I'm not going to put a shortcut to this onto my links, but you're quite happy to go to Wikipedia and look at Rolling Stones. Now, I will tell you, Rolling Stones started in 1962. They were under the labels of Decca, London, Rolling Stones, Virgin, ABKCO, Interscope, Polydor. The website they're available on is rollingstones.com. Original members was Mick Jagger, Keith Richards, Charlie Watts, and Ronnie Wood. Past members have been Brian Jones, Ian Stewart, Bill Wyman, Mick Taylor, Dick Taylor, and Tony Chapman. Well, how did you like that? That's the Rolling Stones. Now, this I'm drinking is Milo. It's an Australian. It's an Australian drink. Now, when you come here on my next show, I'll actually bring out the can because it comes in a tin. It's made from barley and crusted with chocolate. Even though now the company is actually owned by a Swedish group, Nestles, it was an Australian guy who first produced Milo. I'm not sure if Milo's produced overseas or sent overseas or who else has it, but that's how it is. Joke. We'll be doing a couple of Irish jokes today. The Irish setter caught in a box trap, bit off 3 legs and was still stuck. How do you confuse an Irishman? Put him in a circle and tell him to piss in the corner. Irish. Are we all somewhere have a little bit of Irish in ourselves? There's always something we do and we think, well, that's something an Irishman would do. It's those quirks and the quips we say, we've been saying for years. It's one of those things that we as human beings have a need to do things wrong to know that the next time you do it, you can do it better. It's not so much about doing it right. You can do some 100 times the right way around, but might be still a better way of doing it. It's not until you do something wrong, you realise there's something right to do. That's how the Australian way of doing things. I'm not sure how everyone else does it. Well, it looks at things it's like the drug campaign. I was watching Dr. Oz today, and it was going through all these pills and tablets and saying what's good and what's not good for you, what's good for losing weight, what's good for checking your bum out, what's good for doing this and doing that. And you know what? It's an advertising to the drug companies. Somewhere along the line, some companies come up to Dr. Oz and says, I want you to promote this drug. And he does it in a way that makes it believing that these people who are watching the show will actually go out and they will then think they can do as the drug says. Lose the weight. Cholesterol tablets. Now, how does all these companies know they work? It works on numbers. Numbers? You know what I hate? Numbers, hierarchy, and religion. You take any one of those three out, and you'll have no bullying, no wars, and no fights for money. Because the old joke is that the guy throws $1,000 in the air, and whatever comes out, he gets to keep. Nothing comes down. Why'd you keep it all? Because that's the God's way of doing things. You'll get it when you need it. It's like what I'm saying about Alan. Let's get some more international people to come to Australia with your show. You say, well, why would they want to come? Because there's this movie called The Field of Dreams. And in it, Kevin Costner. And the whole process to it is they will come. Just they're the audience and they will come. Okay, that's my show for today. I think it was about 10 minutes. Might have been 20 minutes. We'll see how it goes. But this is the circumnavigate a tweet cam. And I'll do it through the Logic Tech and YouTube for a change. So that's my show, 22nd of Feb 2013. Someone's birthday today. And it's 11:57, 23:57, and I finished the show. So I got in on the Friday, but it'll be Saturday. I don't know, it will be Thursday in the US. So, Alan, please make mention on Monday. Make mention on Friday, and I'll be able to watch it on Monday. Or one day through that week to see how much we've had an influence on you getting here. So, hopefully we'll see you then. Alright, love yous all. Bye.